Welcome to Math 1550 at Lakeland Community College in the summer of 2020. My name is Dr. Paul Zachlin, and I will be your virtual instructor for the summer. We have an 8-week course ahead of us, and I'm here to, in this introductory video, show you around the Blackboard page and the online textbook and kind of explain procedures and just get you comfortable getting started as we spend the next 8 weeks learning statistics. So let me show you around a little bit. So this course is run out of Blackboard. There's a quick link for Blackboard on the Lakeland homepage with the BB right here. And if you click on that, you can log in. And you'll have to choose Math 1550. When you log into Math 1550, you'll get to this announcement page, and I imagine most of you have done this already. Anyways, on the left are buttons that can be used to guide your way through the course. The top button is very nice, where to find things, and that's where I've housed this introductory video, and it also has an explanation of what each of the buttons on the left means. The next button down, Instructor Contact Info, is here for you. Again, we're working remotely this summer, so if you want to meet with me, please email. The next button down has Syllabus and Schedule. So if you click on the online syllabus, you'll get this document here, Math 1550 Summer Syllabus, course description. Textbook we're using is this online statistics book. I'll go ahead and click on that now. There are links in the syllabus itself. And so this is our free online statistics education book developed by David Lane of Rice University and his team. And I think it's an excellent book. There are several versions of it here. There are two that I'm going to recommend. The first is this web version, which you'll be seeing me use today, 2.0. And the second is this interactive ebook. The other versions don't have the same interactivity as the first two. So again, one of the first two. The second one is actually an Apple product. So if you have iOS or OS X, that's a good product for you. It's a nice ebook. But I'm going to be using the web version. I don't have an Apple computer. And so if I click on the web version, this is what it looks like. You'll see the table of contents is here on the left. On the right, each chapter also has some simulations, and that's one of the great things about this book. But it takes a little bit of work if you want to use these simulations, because they're written in a piece of software called Java. Java is no longer supported by most web browsers. The web browser is what you're using to be on the internet. So I'm using the web browser called Chrome. That's the emblem down here at the bottom. Some people use Firefox or Internet Explorer. But I can show you a way to use Chrome, if you can get that on your computer, with this ebook, and you'll be able to use all of these demonstrations. I'm putting it in a separate video because not everyone's going to be doing this. But if you go to Web Links, which is, again, the last button under Course Materials, you'll see, well, really the second set of links is what you need to utilize the simulations. But I have an instructional video down here as my third web link, using the ChirpJ plugin to run the simulations from onlinestatbook.com. That's a 5-minute video. And I think with that, you'll have everything you need to get the book ready to go. You know, the book's okay without the simulations. It's just better with them. So I'd recommend you spend the 5 minutes. So now I'm going to go back to the syllabus and schedule. If I click on the syllabus here, you can read this, of course, on your own time, but I can maybe highlight a few things for you. This is what I would have done the first day of class anyways. So if I scroll down a little bit, I mentioned the free textbook, technology, Blackboard, and now you've seen some of the other things we have, these simulations, for instance. Grading. Students care about this. You'll notice that 60% of the grade is based on your written homework. There are 20 assignments over 8 weeks. And actually, you'll be doing homework, and here's what you need to know. You have an assignment due every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. Okay? Now, I know for some of you, you work during the day. Maybe you'll be doing that homework Sunday night, Tuesday night, and Thursday night. That's very possible. Really, what you want to do is you want to do a little bit every day. That's the best way, maybe take one day off a week, but do a little bit of the work every day. And that's the secret for success. This is an 8-week course. Normally we teach it in 16 weeks during the fall or spring semester. And yet I've had students tell me that this is a really good format that we do. To kind of emphasize what I mean by Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I actually laid out a calendar for you. That's this course schedule. And so you can click on that. And this is just kind of an idea of what the course is like. You'll notice that our first quiz is going to be Monday, June 15th, after our first week of classes. Basically, we're going to have a quiz. Well, altogether there are 6 quizzes, and I'll count the best 5. So you have a quiz most weeks. And actually, what I just told you is also on the online syllabus. Best 5 scores out of 6, 20 points each. Although actually, you get 2 shots at each of these quizzes. And then instead of a final exam, we're going to have a final project, and that's the last week of the course. So if I show you here, final project is due July 31st. You'll notice we don't have other homework due that last week. You can turn in the final project whenever you finish it. But that's just going to be a chance to apply the statistics that you've learned by then and to demonstrate that you have retained quite a bit of this information. You'll notice that Lakeland is actually closed on July 3rd, so that is the one Friday that we don't have an assignment due. The other thing I've done, I mentioned that these assignments are due at noon. When you have a quiz, you'll be doing that at home as well. So, for example, on June 15th, the quiz is going to be due at noon, and I'll give you all the way till midnight to finish the Chapter 3 homework. Because, if you're working on the quiz, that's only on Chapters 1 and 2. And that's the way these quizzes work. It's what you have been learning rather than what you're about to learn. You'll notice all the quizzes are Monday except for the one July 1st on Chapter 5 and 7. Those chapters are going to take 2 days each, so I needed a little more time. We won't have a quiz after the 4th of July, but then we'll get back to our Monday schedule after that. So maybe that gives you some kind of a feel for what you're going to be doing this summer. So the next button below syllabus and schedule is assignments. I'm going to click on that now. And you will see I have lots of homework assignments posted. Well, 20 of them. Although it only goes to homework 19 because the first one, homework 0, is actually due Monday at noon. Well, this is what I would do the first day of class. I'll show you this real quick. So if I click on homework 0, notice each assignment's worth 15 points. Notice that these browse buttons are really nice for submitting a homework assignment. What I'd like you to do with homework in general is, if you work it out on paper, you can take a picture of it or use a scanner to give me some kind of an image file, personalphoto.jpg. Suppose that's my homework. I can click on attach. If I attach the wrong file, I'll click do not attach. And when I'm ready, I'll click submit. And then that'll upload the homework to me. So that's what I'd like you guys to do. Let me cancel for a minute. I should mention homework 0. The assignment itself is attached right here. I wonder if you can see it when you click in here. No, you can't. So if I go back to actually see the assignment, I'll click here, and it'll download assignment 0. This is a file I created in Word, and it just has 4 simple questions that I always ask the first day of class. I'll enable editing. So if you'd rather just fill it out by typing, I'm fine with that. So name, last math class you took, future plans, and anything else you want to share. That's not hard homework. That's an easy one. But I'd like you to turn that in Monday so that I start to get an idea of who I'm teaching this summer. And this is always information I collect the first day. Yeah, I'll make that worth up to 15 points. The most common grade you'll get on a homework assignment is 14. Nobody's perfect. Well, if you impress me, I give you the 15. And my grading scale is elaborated in the syllabus if you want to look at it. But here's homework 1. Now for homework 1, it says read and or watch the videos in chapter 1, sections A through I. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Here it is. Chapter 1, an introduction, sections A through I. Notice you don't have to go past this distributions, J, K, L, and M. We're going to skip. There's just too much in this book to cover everything. I'm covering what are the important things since we're, on a tight 8-week time schedule. And you'll notice that section N is the exercises. These are actually the exercises where the homework comes from, okay? So you'll be working out problems. Well, let me go back to the assignment. Exercises 1 to 7 and 11. And this is also a link. It'll take you right to the homework if you want to just click it. But in general, before you can go doing it, of course, if you're working on the homework and you don't remember what the relevant section is, they have links there too. This online stats book is really nice, okay? But in general, what I suggest you do, work in order. Click on chapter 1. What are statistics? Statistics is boldface because they'll give you a definition right here. There's something called a sample. It'll give you a definition. So you have a whole glossary that you can access with clicks. Read, okay? Or if you would rather not read, but the first section, I guess section 2 here, what are statistics, doesn't have a video. But section 3, the importance of statistics, also does have a video. Oh, actually section 2 has a video also. I'll click on that. So now if you prefer, you can watch a video. If you just need a certain example, you can scroll ahead.
And figures. Consider some examples. And figures. Consider some examples. Consider some examples and try to identify a major flaw. In sum, statistics are not just facts and figures.
So these are nice little...
They are more than that.
Places you can go to in the video to help you learn the ideas from section 2. Most of the sections have videos, not this one, number 6, because that's a demonstration. That's one you would need the Java applet, or if you have the Apple book, those demonstrations are coded right in directly as well. Anyways, I think this should be a very good textbook for you, and I'm happy. Boy, the price is right, huh? No cost. Very nice of David Lane and his group to get this ready for us. Now you'll notice in assignment homework 1, I have a lot more written than I do for homework 2 or 3. I will be adding kind of instructions for how to tackle these sections to each of the homework assignments. You'll notice that it says read or watch the videos. Yep. Also do the exercises at the end of each section and run the demonstrations. I didn't talk about the exercises at the end of a section. So at the end of what are statistics, you'll notice at the bottom there are 2 questions. Which of the following are parts of statistics? Select all that apply. Well, numerical calculations, that's part of statistics. Here, let me check my answer. Incorrect. It involves all of those things. So I would need to click on more to get this right. But I can go to the next question, or I can you think of another interpretation? Da-da-da-da. I'll just guess yes. I didn't really read carefully. You probably didn't either. Correct. But anyways, I like these quick check questions at the end of each section, and I would encourage you to make sure you do those as you read through or as you watch the videos. These are very good ways to learn. And you can also take notes if needed. But all these things are helping you get ready for those written homework assignments which is where I think the majority of the learning takes place, is when now you're trying to answer questions on your own. And I will grade your answers and I'll give you feedback, and you're welcome to resubmit a written homework assignment if you had difficulty with it and want to retry some of these things. I mean, this is all about learning, right? That's the point. You'll notice after the exercises I wrote that I have some old videos on YouTube that may be useful. I've taught statistics in the classroom many times, and often I would record my lectures. So here's a lecture on chapter 1 of the book I used to use, and it gives you extra help on introduction to statistics. Some of the topics, levels of measurement. If you don't understand that, you can advance to the 27.5-minute mark. If you have trouble with, this is a topic that is sometimes confusing, random sample or simple random sample, go to the 42-minute mark of that video. So I'll go ahead and click on that video. So again, this takes me to YouTube. My hand here.
And so we're studying
I'm going to click
types
the
of data.
42-minute mark so I can learn about random samples. That's pretty okay.
A random sample.
I'm about to define it for
You
you.
guys will see
Well, if you need
quite
that,
often
you know
in the
where to
book.
Another video on frequency distributions and histograms. Okay. So these are all resources that may help you with homework 1. By the way, when is homework 1 due? You have my static course schedule that I showed you earlier, and again, it's due at noon on Wednesday, June 10th. These 8 problems. And the reading and section, you should be through that by Wednesday. You'll notice I have another 10 problems due on Friday. Okay, so you will definitely keep moving through this course. No doubt about it. But you can do this. I'm here to help you. There's a lot of resources that are available as well. I've been showing you some of those already. So I talked all about homework. Here's a grading scale. There are weekly quizzes. There's a final project. You can read about that stuff on your own. Here's a small course calendar that's part of the syllabus. Keys to success. Work on today's sections even if you have not mastered those from yesterday. Yes, keep moving. Suppose you haven't finished chapter 1 by Thursday. Well, chapter 2 is due Friday. Let's work on chapter 2 a little bit anyways. Okay? You need to keep moving. You can always go back. It's easier to go back to a section than to... Well, you will go back to it because you have a quiz on chapters 1 and 2 the following Monday. So, yeah, keep moving. I think that's a good idea. Keep moving. Do all assigned problem sets. Check your answers. Yes, there are answers to the homework at the end of the exercises. So that's nice to know about. Feel free to ask questions. You can email me anytime. You can ask questions directly on the homework in the margin. Sometimes students do that. They'll take a picture of their homework and in the margin they'll say, I really didn't understand this one. And I'll try to give you the help that you need. You should also know that there are places you can get extra help. So our class has a discussion forum where students can discuss concepts or problems in the course that they find difficult. Let me show you where I put that. So it's actually right below. So we were on assignments. I'll skip quizzes for now. Let's go to discussion forums. A cry for help. Feel free to post here. Let me make it look like it will for you. That's what it looks like for me. Discussion forums. Yes. Feel free to post here if you find certain questions exceptionally tricky. Also, feel free to offer your suggestions if you think someone can help. I will monitor the forum and step in when needed. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Hey, I'll create a thread. Maybe I don't understand Chirp J. And I can say, I don't know how to get this software to make the ebook run the Java applet demonstrations. Because that is one problem, is that there's a little work to do. Again, there's this 5-minute video. So maybe someone will respond to you if you post this. Everyone in the class will see it. Maybe someone will tell you, hey, there's a 5-minute video. Okay, and I'll monitor this too, but this way, instead of one person waiting for me to get back to you, you have 24 classmates that may get back to you. So you could submit that. I'm going to cancel. I'm not going to post that. But this is where our discussion forum, a cry for help is, and maybe that can help you out. There is also free remote tutoring available at the following times: 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock on Mondays and Tuesdays, 9 o'clock to noon on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And if you decide you want to register for a tutoring session, there are instructions on the syllabus here that show you exactly how to do that. So again, there's a lot of resources here. You can do this. I hope that's the theme you're getting. So we talked about assignments. Quizzes. I only have a single quiz posted so far. Quiz 1 has a time limit of 30 minutes. All the quizzes are going to have time minutes. You can actually continue if it takes you longer than 30 minutes. This is just to kind of keep you moving. I want to make sure you don't spend forever on one question. And, you know, statistics can be tricky. I realize that. You will actually have, it says multiple attempts. You'll actually have 2 attempts at each quiz. I'll give you a retake. If you don't do so well, go over the material one more time and you can try it again. I think that's fair for an online class. The other reason I did this is, suppose you're taking the quiz and the power goes out or something like that. Well, I don't think that'll happen twice, so I'll give you 2 attempts for each quiz. That seems fair. Okay, so I'll post the other quizzes as we move through the course. This one is due the 15th, I believe. So we mentioned discussion forums, the online textbook. There's a link to it here. Actually, all the chapters, I have folders here in Blackboard if you wanted. I don't recommend just downloading the PDF files. Sometimes students want them, but I think you're better off with the interactive features of the book and trying to read it when you're online. Web links. I showed the last 2 already, but this first one is kind of nice. Link to Google Sheets statistics calculator templates. So it's going to open a PDF with some links. And these will come in handy throughout the course, I think. This assumes that you have some kind of a Google account. So if you have Gmail or YouTube, then you have a Google account. I have a Google account. But I'm going to click on frequency distributions because this is something we'll be studying this week in Chapter 2. And so this is a really nice piece of software that runs in what's called Google Sheets. Some of you have used Microsoft Excel. Google Sheets is very similar. They will always have for each of these an instructions worksheet and then the actual worksheet. Instructions. Only the yellow cells are to be input by the user. Complete the yellow cells from columns A to E using the data points. Input the class number in cell H3. So let me go ahead and click on it. Okay. So you notice there is a bunch of data already placed in this. And what it's doing here is it's generating what's called a frequency distribution. It's giving me a lot of information. I can change the class number. It says I can enter anything from 5 to 20. Let me make this 10 and see how this changes things. Oh, one reason it's not working is it says view only. I missed that. So let me go back and I will save my own copy. No, I don't want to request edit access. They're not going to give me that. But I can do this. I can make a copy and I'll save it in my drive. And now I will be able to work with this with my copy because again, the one that it took me to is view only, but in my copy, I'm allowed to make edits. So here are the instructions again. Here's the frequency distribution. Now I can come here and change that class number. I'm going to change it to 10. And it changed some things. So the frequencies are now 520102 here. Let me go back to 5 just so you can see the difference. there were only 5 classes. Now there were more in each. So again, between 65 and 120, there were 10 data points. There's only one data point between 233 and 288. 270 there. And if I change this one to 270, let me change it to 270. Now there will be 2 data points, and I have one less there. Relative frequencies, this is giving you a percentage. What percentage? 1/3 of the data points are between 65 and 120. But again, you can change the number of classes you have. If you have 10 classes, they won't be as wide. So this is kind of nice, a nice tool for working with frequency distributions. Some of the homework problems, it might even help to use this software. So, and like I said before, this is just one of the calculators that we have on Google Sheets. If you go back to web links, or if you go back to the Google Sheet, the PDF file we just downloaded, I think over the course of the 8 weeks, we'll probably use most of these. And I'll try and give you advice on how those can be used. So we're nearing the end of our little walkthrough, our introductory video. The last thing I'll tell you, I think that these tools and help, there's a few things here that are useful. So the calendar, I'm going to click on that now. Right now, it doesn't show anything on my calendar, but it will for you. When you log in, you will see assignments are due Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You'll see that on June 15th, there's an assignment and a quiz. And you can actually access the assignments directly from the calendar. There are a lot of students, when they take my class, they use the calendar to get around the website. And you're welcome to do that as well. I'd recommend it. My grades, it can show me the upcoming assignments. Right now I don't have any grades, but as I grade them, they will be here, and then you will also be able to click on an assignment and see the feedback that I give you on your homework. If you ever need to email me, there's one way to do it. But that's about all we have for Blackboard. So I just threw a lot of information at you, and I'll be collecting a little information on Monday, homework 0. At least I'll get to know you a little bit, I hope. And I look forward to working with you this summer. If there's any way I can help, please do not hesitate to reach out and ask questions. Send me emails, put notes on the homework that you do. And I look forward to working with you and help you learn the statistics. I wish you luck. Nice thing about an online course is you're on your own. You can work at your own pace when you have time in between other, demands on your schedule, work, family, etc. The tough thing about an online course is you're on your own. Now, you're not completely on your own. Please understand that we're here to help. But I hope this video helps you get started, and I look forward to working with you. Bye for now.